Yo, what's up guys, my name's Pele and I'm back bringing another Pokemon VGC 15 replay battle for you guys. Once again that I head on the battle spot, trying to reach my goals, and here today I'm against Fire, who ironically is running a rain team. But I'm still running the same team, the Mega Gardevoir, Mega Kangaskhan Tailwind team, and this was a lot of fun. This was a fast-paced, high-intense game against another great player, so let's just hop straight on into this. So like I did mention, my opponent again is running a rain team, which I faced a lot. So I do have experience facing rain teams, which is nice. So my opponent's actually going to decide to lead off with a Moongus and a Swampert. Presumably his Mega, of course, as I'm actually going to decide to lead off with my Kangaskhan and my Zapdos here. So what I'm actually going to decide to do is immediately go straight for the Fake Out onto the Moongus slot, because I do know my Zapdos can easily take a Waterfall coming from his Swampert, and so can my Mega Kangaskhan, because of course it's not in the rain. So what I want to actually do is go for Fake Out onto the Moongus, prevent it from putting my Mega Kangaskhan to sleep, and freely settle the Tailwind. Don't need to worry about him actually putting my Zapdos to sleep, because I do obviously run the safety goggles. So I do just go for that Fake Out like I did mention, and get off the Tailwind, which is great for me, as my team will now outspeed his team even under the rain, which is great, as my opponent does just go straight for that Waterfall, and it does a sizable amount of damage to my Mega Kangaskhan, but it's not actually going to be a 2-hit KO, which is fantastic for me, as based off that initial damage I do know I can live with another. So my opponent's going to go for the Rage Powder now, trying to prevent me going for the return or a double edge onto his Swampert. So I do just go for that return onto the Moongus, which is fine, as I did actually decide to go for the Hidden Power Ice as well, double targeting that Moongus and trying to take it out, which works out perfectly for me as I do pick up the KO. But my opponent does have a free chance to just go straight for that Waterfall onto my Kangaskhan, but like I said, I was confident I can live it, and it does just go straight for that Waterfall, and as you can see, it knocks me out because he scores a crit. Highly unfortunate, a little bit miserable, as I'm going to lose my Mega quite early on, but I do still have my Ferrothorn in the back, which can take on his Swampert relatively well, as my opponent's going to switch out into his Zapdos here. So what I'm actually going to decide to do is just target down his Zapdos with a Hidden Power Ice. I do know I'm faster under the Tailwind, and go straight for that Power Whip onto my Swampert. The only unfortunate thing here would be if my opponent is in fact running the Heat Wave with his Zapdos, but on a rain team I wasn't actually expecting it, and I actually score a crit. But as you can see, he does actually go straight for the Heat Wave, and it does manage to hit my Ferrothorn, but I do live. I do in fact actually miss the avoid the Heat Wave with my Zapdos, which could have potentially been costly, but as you can see, he retaliates that back with a critical hit of his own, so a lot of crits happening, as I did in fact also score a crit onto his Zapdos with a Hidden Power Ice, proccing it Citrus Berry. But the most significant thing is I do manage to land the Power Whip, and I do manage to take out his Mega, which is great. Ferrothorn able to survive that Heat Wave, which I wasn't expecting, seeing as though my opponent was of course running a rain team. So that definitely caught me off guard. Still an option, but I wasn't really expecting it, to be perfectly honest. So here what I'm actually going to decide to do is just go for Protect, just to stall a little bit, see what my opponent decides to go for. His Politoed could potentially be choice, as Scarf Politoed is a variant that is used often, and I do obviously will be able to heal a little bit of lefties, as he does actually go for Scald onto my Ferrothorn, and actually reveals a Thunder with his Zapdos, able to take out my own Zapdos, which is fantastic for my opponent, that is. Bringing me down now to my Ferrothorn, and I believe I forget my last Pokemon, my Suicune, that's the one. And unfortunately my Suicune doesn't have a fantastic matchup here, which is probably why I forgot all about it. But yeah, so what I'm actually going to decide to do is I need to pick off my opponent's Zapdos here, as he does decide to go straight for the Scald onto the Suicune slot, scoring a burn, which is fine, and going straight for that Thunder also onto the Suicune, which will be more than enough to take out my Suicune, unfortunately. And as I believe I do actually go for the Power Whip onto the Zapdos. In hindsight, I definitely could have gone for the Gyro Ball. I'm pretty sure it would have taken out of the range of HP it's at regardless, and I wouldn't have to risk a miss. So here we're down to our last two Pokemon now, my Ferrothorn versus his Politoed, which did in fact outspeed his Zapdos, revealing his in fact Scarf. So I do in fact know he's locked into Scald. So burn would really just hinder my chances of winning here. It would be so cruel if he did manage to score a burn. So I'm just going to be forced to stall a little bit, get a little bit of HP back, and so I can take these Scalds relatively well. Hopefully it'll be a 2-hit KO, as he does just go straight for that, and it all comes down to whether he scores a burn, and he does score the burn. I go for the Power Whip, I do manage to land it, and it's going to do a significant amount to his Politoed. A solid 2-hit KO regardless of that attack drop. My attack being cut, but the problem is I'm not going to be able to live a secondary Scald now, because I am losing 6% each turn, and I'm kind of hoping for a low roll or something here. I could have potentially tried to stall out the rain turns, but I'm not too sure what turn number we were on, and I don't believe I would have been able to scrounge a victory out of that regardless. That burn was so crucial, and it did manage to signify a victory for my opponent, which is unfortunate for me. It's another setback. 2 defeats in a row now, spoilers for anyone who hasn't watched the last video. So I'm still trying to reach my goals of the 1800s and trying to get that 10th in the UK, but a little bit unfortunate in that game. But nonetheless, I'm going to keep powering on, hopefully get there. So hope you guys enjoy this video. Be sure to leave a like, show your support, comment down below, and of course subscribe for more. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.